Oh gosh! All right, you can play.
Speaking of out of their minds.
Yeah, speaking of out of their minds, take a look at this clip.
Justin Fields, they love to talk about him, what he did last year, the rushing yards, whatever. Is he going to take the next step throwing?
Justin's been looking better, more composed, second year on the offense. Stop licking your eyes like that.
By the way, Amon-Ra St. Brown gets it. I love him. I really do. He's not petty, but you can tell it's like little brother energy with he's just going back and forth. He's like blinking his eyes. Look at
him. I'll just let him freeze for a second.
Step throwing.
Justin's been looking better, more composed.
Look at his eyes.
Second year on the offense. Stop licking your eyes like that.
He's like, yeah, that's cat.
Look at the face at the end. He's like, yeah, that ain't it.
And that was from our friends at the 33rd team. Thanks for that. They put that on their socials on Twitter. You can follow them at 33rd team. But I guess my reaction to that, this Justin Fields stuff, and I want to bring it up again, and I put a poll in the chat, is Justin Fields him? 82% hell nah.
Oh, Jesus.
And now that we got, what? Oh, Sam Flannel. You know what? I'll go to you first.
You're not up for Fields now?
I'll go to you first, Sam Flannel.
Okay. All right.
How fearful should Lions fans be of Justin Fields and his development this season?
As for Justin Fields as an individual, they should be very fearful. And I know a lot of people are really, really not going to like this one, but I predict both things can be true. Let me butter the audience up a little bit before I drop the bomb.
Are these flannel
Butter
guarantees?
me up, baby.
These are flannel guarantees.
Okay.
I guarantee that the Detroit Lions will win this division, and fairly comfortably. But I also guarantee that by the end of the season, Justin Fields will be looked at as the undisputed best quarterback in the NFC North by the end of the season. And I don't think that's crazy at all. And let's work backwards a little bit. Does anybody think it has any chance to be Jordan Love?
Fuck no.
Do we
God, no.
Do we pretty much know what Kirk Cousins is?
Mid.
Like, he's basically at his best, he's the 10th best quarterback in his league, and at the worst, he's like the 15th or 16th, right? Does anybody think that Jared Goff can be elite? Is Jared Goff as talented right now? Does he have as high of a ceiling as Justin Fields?
No.
I would think he's another one that at his best, he's like the 8th best quarterback in the league, and at his worst, he's like the 14th. I think Justin Fields really balls out this year because, and I've given a
so more than 200-yard passing games? Is that what you mean?
Well, yes, and right. You know what? And I will say this: maybe I shouldn't have scoffed at the people who are a little bit skeptical because Justin Fields, he did not do a lot throwing the football last year. I will admit that he has a lot to show, and this is without a shadow of a doubt a put up or shut up season. And another thing that I know, Lucas, you agree with, and I think a lot of people in the audience, you will agree with it too if you just listen really closely. Justin Fields is much more talented than Jalen Hurts. Justin Fields is a better thrower of the football, and he's a better runner than Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts just happened to be in as good of a situation as you could possibly be in. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, the best offensive line in football, Miles Sanders, a great running game, all of that. And Justin Fields last year was in a situation, I mean, they had a decent run-blocking offense. Tevin Jenkins is really, really good. Darnell Mooney as your number one should not be it. And David Montgomery and Khalil Herbert is a pretty good running back duo, but still, it's not a Jalen Hurts-like situation. Oh, and by the way, in Jalen Hurts' defense performed a lot better than Justin Fields' so he was able to get more wins. Let me give you this stretch of football that Justin Fields played last year, and that's without DJ Moore. It's without Nate Davis. It's without Darnell Wright. It was with the situation last year. Justin Fields, between October 30th and November 13th. November 13th was that home game against the Lions in which they lost 31-30. Justin Fields, in those 3 games, 7 touchdowns, 1 interception throwing the football, 410 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns running the football, and he led his offense to 29 points, 32, and then 30 against Detroit at home, although he also gifted the Lions 7 with that horrible pick 6 to Jeff Okudah. But you know, we're just talking about, I have to include that if I'm going to be fair. That was a bad pick 6, but he played a phenomenal game other than that. The Bears were 0-3 in those games because their defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. My point is that Justin Fields is actually very, very good. And next year he's got more weapons, he's got a better offensive line, and we'll see. And I don't think he will be tasked with running the football as much. Does he need to get better as a pure passer? Absolutely. Does he have a lot to show this year? Absolutely. Is it put up or shut up? Absolutely. If Justin Fields falls short of expectations and looks like he can't throw again, I will shut my mouth about Justin Fields and say that I was wrong. My point is that Justin Fields was not the main reason the Bears were such a dumpster fire last year. It was their pathetic defense, which was the worst in the league. You'll see, Justin Fields this year will be a dark horse MVP candidate and no doubt be looked at as the best quarterback in the NFC North. Take it away, people.
Flannel, is
Dark
that,
horse MVP. JB, what
I
you
was
got?
going to say, Flannel, is that something you believe you can bet on?
Oh, JB, tell us about who you can talk to, actually, the actual betting expert.
The actual betting expert. There is one man that you can go to, and that man is Booner of Woodward Sports. You have no fear. Booner is locking in all football season to bring you the best picks only on the WSN YouTube channel. Saturdays at 11 a.m. and Sundays at 11:30 a.m. Premiering tomorrow, guys. You got to get on this. College football, he's got you. NFL, you know it. Woodward Bets, watch on the WSN YouTube channel tomorrow.
You know what I'm not betting on? Justin Fields winning MVP or being a dark horse.
It's dark horse. I'm not saying he's going to win.
Kenny Pickett's a dark horse.
No.
No. Hold on.
Facts.
Chill out. Hold on.
Facts, Jeff.
Hold on. Look at him freaking out.
He's giving that a Mount
No,
Rushmore
and by the way, hold on.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I'm just saying
Speak
that.
your piece.
Do I actually believe Kenny Pickett's going to be a dark horse? No, but my point is, you could say that
I do.
ish about anybody. Like, I'm sick. Dark horse MVP. Technically, Kenny Pickett is Mike Tomlin. I mean, I'm just making the case. Not saying he will be, but enough of this dark horse MVP for Justin Fields. It's ridiculous. You know what Justin Fields has shown? He's an elite runner of the football. That's true.
One of the best to ever do it from the quarterback position.
I'll give you that. From the quarterback position, that requires you to throw the football. He has 200-yard passing games. You're right. It is put up or shut up. And I'll tell you another thing, too. The Bears bet on Justin Fields as well. They had the number one pick. They could have taken a quarterback. They could have traded Justin Fields. You know what they said? No, we're going to trade the number one pick. I think rightfully so, because now they're all in on Justin Fields. Let's revisit this in a couple of years. Because if Justin Fields doesn't work out, and Bryce Young, hell, CJ Stroud.
Stop.
If either of these guys have successful NFL careers, we're going to look at the Bears. This is going to be another the Bears passed on so-and-so moment, right?
Sure.
We go back, they passed on Deshaun Watson, they passed on Patrick Mahomes, and now they got Justin Fields, who I think has a lot to prove. He does, and I think, to be fair, he has more talent than Kenny Pickett. I was kind of trolling a little bit with that one. But the whole point is, I don't give a damn about dark horse. The reality is, the Bears aren't winning more than 8 games. 8 is the ceiling for this team. I believe that. I don't think they have enough yet. And the other part of it is, I don't like their head coach, Matt Eberflus. I've been saying that since the day he was hired. I'm not sold on Matt Eberflus. But you got to think, though, for Fields, the biggest question mark is his passing ability. They got DJ Moore. To me, it's put up or shut up for Fields. I agree with you. But will he do it? Should Lions fans be fearful of him? Not at this point. Like, besides running the football, he's the one who threw a pick 6 to Jeff Okudah. Jeff Okudah, who's not even here anymore. So, you know what? For me, Justin Fields does not put fear in my eyes. Running the football, he does. Passing, I don't give a damn. You got a secondary that's upgraded. Even last year, they completely, pretty much eliminated Justin Fields for both those games. Running the football, they couldn't stop him. But passing the football, he was no threat to the worst secondary in the NFL. The worst secondary in the NFL, Justin Fields was not a threat. They got better. They ain't going to be scared of Justin Fields, Lucas. They're just not.
I'm siding with Flan on this one. Not to the point of Dark Horse MVP in 2023. It's not where I'm going with it. Do I think Jared Goff is actively the best quarterback in the NFC North right now? Yes.
Agreed.
I think Jared Goff this season, and could at the end of the season, still, because I think Jared Goff could potentially play better than he did last year.
Sure.
Because he's getting Ben Johnson back. They're going to add more plays, add more wrinkles. They got more skill set on offense. I think Jared Goff could potentially be the best quarterback even this year. But we cannot deny Justin Fields' pure talent. And I'm just saying, I think he's on the same level as a rusher, as a quarterback as Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
I also think Justin Fields has a much better arm than Lamar Jackson.
That's undisputed.
The thing that Justin Fields struggled with was going through progressions and having enough time and kind of trying to do too much. The game is now going to slow down. They brought in DJ Moore, who we talked about earlier, Flan, when you brought it up, or I think it was Broder actually, when you talk about what does Jared Goff do? He takes those quick check downs and he lets his receivers make plays for him. And that's exactly what the Bears are trying to do with Justin Fields. They know that Justin Fields is not a pinpoint quarterback. He's not going to be able to make those tight window throws. But what you can do is replace that by getting to production that those tight window throws would be. I'll have it DJ Moore yards after the catch, Cole Kmet yards after the catch, Don't want to jump all up to Chase Claypool, which I don't like the chances of, but that's what they're going to be doing. It's going to happen every once and again. I think this offense is being built around Justin Fields' weaknesses and trying to turn them into strengths. So I could very easily see Justin Fields. He's definitely going to take a step regardless in the passing game. Just DJ Moore within itself and Darnell Wright will improve that.
Look
now,
at this. Oh, go
8
on.
wins. That's where I'm at, Jeff. I think
Yep.
I'm siding in the middle of both you guys. I think Justin Fields is going to take a step. They're going to get 8 wins. Lions are winning the NFC North still. Jared Goff, I still think, will be the best quarterback by the end of the season. But now when we talk about the next season, Justin Fields is going to take strides. Whether we want to admit it or not, he will. That's just what quarterbacks do, and I think Justin Fields is too talented of a quarterback. If you're in on C.J. Stroud, there's nothing to be out about Justin Fields because he's more mobile. He was making the same reads that C.J. Stroud was doing in college. The same reads. The same exact ones. And if you go back and watch his film at college, he has a not as accurate an arm as C.J. Stroud, but a stronger one. So the Bears are going to try to manipulate it. Will they have success? We will see. I'm going to predict they'll have somewhat success, but not the success they're fully expecting.
Keep that same energy,
I
Lucas.
will, and just like Flan said, if I'm wrong, I'll be the first one to admit that I'm wrong, because there's nothing more freeing than admitting that you're wrong.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? Very honorable of you, Lucas, to say that. Matt Broder, I want to go to you on this. Jake says, what's worse than throwing a pick six to Okudah? Not a pick six, but a pick to Hutch under zero pressure. What do you think about
I
Justin
don't
Fields,
know
Matt
about
Broder?
that.
What do you think about him?
Who knows? You talked about striking fear into the Lions. I think there is a little fear that we should be aware. To me, until the Lions prove that they can contain a mobile quarterback, Justin Fields worries me. Even this offseason, even this preseason, like when we've had mobile quarterbacks, the Lions defense hasn't performed so well. And
Zach Wilson.
Hold on.
Against the
but
Jets last year.
So you're scared of his legs, not his arm.
I am.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, just to
That's
go
fair.
on top of everything you guys have said about what he needs to develop, I just want to point out that, man, this defense hasn't proved itself against mobile quarterbacks, and we got a couple on the schedule. So that's the part of his game that worries me.
Dirty South Wolverine says, y'all sleeping on Love. I don't know, but something says he's going to put up stats. He knows the offense in and out and can throw the rock. If I'm being as a passer, Jordan Love can at least just do his job. Like, I don't think they're expecting Jordan Love to be Aaron Rodgers. They're not. And I think Jordan Love can be a game manager, and they can win like 7 games, 8 games. And I think I'm not out on Jordan saying he's going to be a bust. I'm curious to see what Jordan Love looks like. But Justin Fields has shown he's dynamic. But passing the football, man, he's got a lot to prove this season, and he'll have the opportunity. He's got weapons. Put up or shut up for Fields. Is that true? Is that fair?
I think.
Come on.
Listen, he's still on his rookie contract.
He's in
I
his
think
third year.
Put up or shut up is when they finally have that complete team. Put up or shut up will be next year.
He's got DJ Moore,
No one is
Cole
expecting.
Kmet, Darnell Mooney, Chase Claypool.
You're not wrong, but no.
Put up or shut up.
Around the NFL, do you think people are expecting the Bears to go to the Super Bowl this year? Let alone
No,
win the
but they're
NFC
expecting him
North?
to have more than 200-yard passing games.
Okay, so that's not putting up or shutting up. That's just going out and performing. That's what he has to do. He has to take a natural stride. Putting up or shut up will be like next year when it's like, all right, who's going to win the North?
If he comes
Lions
out,
or Bears?
If he comes out and has a similar season to what he did this year, what are your thoughts on Justin Fields?
Then it's getting on bust watch majorly. Then that's why I'm saying, like, okay, now it's put up or shut up, because then he's going to be getting towards the end of his contract. They're still just going to be – they're going to add more talent on the defensive side next year through the draft and free agency. That's why I think – is this an important year for Justin Fields? Absolutely. I'm not saying that. There's a lot of weight on his shoulders. But I think if he does fail, he's still going to have the next year to follow it up, and that's when it's put up or shut up.
And let me
time.
just be clear very, very quick. I'll keep it brief. When I say put up or shut up, I don't mean the Bears have to win the division.
No.
Justin Fields has to be one of the 5 best quarterbacks in the NFL or it's a failure. I'm talking about, like Lucas, tangible improvement. If he has the same struggles passing the football this year, but DJ Moore doesn't go down and their offense is relatively healthy, then I will have major questions, and I will temper my expectations of him ever being a great quarterback. But to Lucas's point, maybe in year 4, we're talking about Bears got to make the playoffs. Justin Fields has to throw 25, 30 touchdown passes. We're not there yet. He just has to show improvement because there are some major red flags, which you pointed out, that I can't defend from last year.
And again, our smart audience, they're chiming in as well, and they feel the same way. Be Ruthless says dynamic. That's what you call a guy who can't break 200 yards a game. Peter Dargis says if you say Fields is MVP quality, then it's put up or shut up. I agree with that. Like, if he's a dark horse MVP, go out and perform. I don't want to hear it.
That wasn't out of my mouth. I
But
said
the media, at least, is saying it. And for this one, Pump, mid-grade Lions fan, I'm more afraid of Fields as a player rather than a thrower, which I agree with
That's
that.
very fair.
Broder is spoken very. He made a great point about that. I'm scared of his legs. Like, I'm scared because Lions have struggled with
was
that.
Broder well spoken?
Let's go to break.
Smoking mics.
You guys are a bunch of sickos, dude.